I had one more feed bag today, so I planted an Abe Lincoln tomato in that. These that we planted in these grow containers, they're doing so good. They look great. And we'll show you the other side now. Okay, so now I'm over to the garden. I had to clip wings real quick. The tomatoes that I got that were on the late end of getting out, they aren't looking fantastic, but they're hanging on. Now those ones that you saw, they only went out, not too long ago. So they turned right back around. These guys will turn right back around. So they've been watered in, they've been fertilized, they're ready to go. I'll come back and give them stakes. These ones will get a trellis because they'll just continue to grow for the indeterminate. It'll be easier for me. Over there are determinates, so I'm going to stake those. And then I did get that cucumber bed direct seeded as well with the, let's see, what's it called? Martini Hybrid from Totally Tomatoes. And then I put a couple more of these in. So we went around, fertilized everything, watered everything. The afternoon project today was the totes. So we're transferring over water totes over here. They're all full right now. The fire department came today and filled them all up. So that platform, now when you turn it on, it really comes out. Gravity is your friend, and it is tipped a little bit on a slant, so that's really nice. We will be adding a connection to that and a garden hose and a sprayer, so we will no longer have to water carrying 5-gallon water buckets and watering can to everything. We can just do some. So these rows will continue, and then we'll have one blank row for us to walk, and then I'll be putting stuff underneath this. This one was supposed to go up there, but we wanted to change our minds on that whole setup a little bit. I think we're going to do like a little L there. So we put it down here, so that way when if we want to work on this one, we can without having to use both tanks all at once. All this stuff you see up will in the future be mulch, but for now it's long. We're going to go through and weed it down. The neighbor mentioned that she might have some time to come and mow it down a bit so that we can get our mulch and stuff down, and it'll be fine. Right now it's on the very edges. Nothing's coming up here. It's great. This holds pretty good. Just some random ones, totally manageable. As far as the beds go, we don't have any issues with that. The bottoms of the beds are all lined. We only had that one that had a grass problem. Otherwise, there's nothing in the beds. So that's awesome. The trees were treated for the cedar apple rust, and they wouldn't have produced this year anyway. The rust did not kill the trees. I was able to catch it in time, so they're still doing well, but they're still on a maintenance schedule. But that was our big project for today, just getting that done. We did not get that filmed because it was just beyond hot. We were taking a lot of breaks, and coming out here in the evening to get a lot of planting done was our main goal. So I just wanted to give you a vlog type video. I am going to be working in the greenhouse, in the garden, all day today. Most of my morning I was cleaning the house and doing the dishes and pulling stuff out for dinner. So Braxton's off working today. He has, for some of you who don't know, he has a handyman business. So he is out doing appointments today, and it's just me. But I figured I would set up the camera and just roll and see what I'm doing. I'm going to take these buckets and get them refilled up with water and the chemicals for the hydroponics. Some of the heavy feeders, like tomatoes and tomatillos and stuff like that, you have to do a bucket change on them. So they'll use up your nutrients fast. So we're going to go ahead and do that. I am late on doing that. Some of them are paying for it. Some things I didn't show was some of our squash plants and things like that. We've been eating off of those, but we're going to go ahead and get the ones that are in here changed out, and then we'll have open buckets for some of the starts that are in the house. They'll have buckets to go in, so that'll be what I'm working on today. Let's get to it. Okay, well, I am going to take a break. It's been about an hour and a half. I just condensed it now. I've got my buckets switched. They'll bounce back. I'm behind, but they'll soak up the nutrients, soak up their color back. I gotta get these strung up. I had them strung up, but that I didn't like that way. I took it down. I'll be fixing that. I took out the tomato that we got all of our tomatoes from, the big beef. We got all those, and it was looking terrible, so I swapped that out. There's an Amish paste in there now. We've been waiting for an opening. I'm going to go take a break, and then when I come back, I am going to plant this in a grow bag and start lining up the containers where they will go. So, stick around. It is warm, so I came inside to take a break, and while I'm in here, I'm going to marinate some pork chops in a garlic and herb marinade so that he will be able to throw them on the grill tonight. And we are going to have some of our potatoes we still have. We're not going to take those to market this week. We're going to eat the rest of them, and we still have some that we left in the ground. We haven't pulled those up yet. They were still looking pretty good, so we left them. But we're going to marinate these pork chops to have on the grill. We will have some of our potatoes, and then we will have some corn. So that's what I'm going to do. And then I'm going to head back out, get the fertilizer on the tomatoes I just planted, and water those in. And then I'm going to work on the other ones. Okay, so I changed some things. I put the solid row here, and I'm going to tie and heavily prune those ones because that's the row of cherries, well, cherry tomatoes. Then this front row, it'll be bag, bucket, bag, bucket, bag, bucket. The buckets have the sticks in them that will be secured once I finish filling up the bucket. And there will be tomatoes in those, and then in these bags I will train out of them into this area, because this area right here will be another row of bags, but it's not done yet, so I'm not doing the bags today. They're just in their spot. I'm just focusing on the buckets. Okay, there's that. That'll be it for me until this evening. I'll come around and water and probably weed eat, and I'll try to get this other row down, but for now All of these I just put in. There's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 that I just put in are all large cherry plants. So the cherry tomato, large cherry tomato plants. So yeah, that'll be great. And they hopefully will be super prolific again this year like they were last year, because we make our pasta sauce from the cherry tomatoes. So we could use others, of course. We just really liked that last year, so I definitely want to do it again this year. So we've got our stakes here. I haven't tied them. I've got my stuff to tie them. Right now they're just resting there, and I'll go ahead and do that in the morning. Everything's been fertilized, it's been watered. So for now, I'm going to jump back into another task.